So, still working on this scaffolding for the catwalks and stuff. Just kind of gluing it together. I've decided on the pieces, the sizes of the pieces that I'm going to use. So now we're just gluing it together here. I've got it held with some plasticine. Uh, Now, because I don't measure a heck of a lot, okay, other than, size-wise, there's gaps, okay? You can fill it full of something if you want, modeling putty, I don't know why. Anyways, I'm going to use a little bit of cardboard here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself some steel plates that they weld over top of the joints. You'll see it on, larger metal type constructions. So I've, cut a strip off here, round the corners a little bit. And when this is painted, I mean, because we're going to paint this all to make it look like it's made out of steel anyways, the little bit of cardboard here should look pretty much like a steel plate. And then I'll just glue those on there. Something like that. I don't know. I'm going to play around with a couple little designs first. Here, I'll put this in a little bit more. And I'll put it on this one. There, see? Fills up those holes, okay? And that's glued down. That'll be okay. I'll probably make it more diamond shaped than, well, I'll do that right now. And then the other thing you could do is you can put rivets on it, okay? And you can do rivets a couple different ways. Lots of times I'll take green stuff, and just make little round little balls of green stuff, and then just stick them on there with a toothpick, okay? Or there's lots of, pretty thick paints that are paintable themselves, so you could put a little gob of paint on there. Sorry, hey, like anything else, that multitasking, that's a myth, eh? Man, it's multi. Good Lord, I can't even talk about it. It's multi-degenerating each task type thing. So basically, yeah, we can all do lots of tasks at once, hey, but we're not doing them as well as we could be. So if you really got to concentrate on something or do something like an exam or whatever, eh, yeah, don't be multitasking. Don't work, eh? Like driving. Yeah, shouldn't be driving, yakking on phones or yakking to anybody. Keep your eyes front. So that's kind of a diamond shaped, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm going to play around with it. And then you can do the same thing up here in the corners, eh? Like put a plate up there and then glue it on. Then it'll hide, do that on both sides, and it'll hide any gaps that you have on there. Okay? And what else? That's it. Oh, I suppose, eh? See this stuff? This is a little bit on lateral thought, okay? They use this stuff for making those little rugs, they take bits of wool and they'll poke it through and weave it through, or they use like a cross-stitch type, hat design on here, and they'll, weave stuff. Anyways, you get this at the dollar store, okay? I use this for really little windows, okay? I'll cut off, like over here. Which corner? This corner. Zing. Okay, cut off a little squares, hey? And that can be, just a little window in itself. I've got a buddy who, says, well, those squares are too small, eh? But, what they don't realize is that you can, cut out some of the squares, right? And make bigger holes. So they don't have to be, all small, right? Just because they're initially small. It's kind of like thinking outside the box. It sounds funny, but, hey, a lot of people just can't freaking do this for some reason. I attribute it all to lateral thought, taking one thing and applying it to another. If you want to make game terrain cheap, I mean, yeah, you're going to have to learn how to do that. See? So, yeah, I mean, like, you can make bigger squares, or you can cut it out in different patterns and stuff, and then paint it and glue it on, eh? And it gives you all your little cross pieces, because sometimes those are really hard to stick together with wood. well, not sometimes, they always are, eh? Because you basically have to do it the same method. Like this here, I'll zoom out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I've got one solid piece, and then, you know, I've got two glued up against it, hey, to give the cross pieces, hey. Now you could stick it over top, but then it's, you know, they're not all on the same plane, eh? So, yep. A little bit more on this scaffolding here that I didn't mention before. Cutting out the little cardboardy pieces. This is how you do it without having to measure everything. Okay, I've kind of decided on a triangular type effect, hey, for the middle. Okay, well, here we'll zoom it in for you more. Okay, see that? And then on the corners here, I think I'm just going to use a diamond effect. Okay, so basically on them, I'm just going to take, you know, a piece of this cardboard strip, cut a square. I'm going to cut it all the way through there. And then these I'm just going to kind of stick in the corners here. I was going to do something kind of fancy there, but nah. This will look good, and it's easier to do. So I'll put, you know, kind of wedges like that in the corners. Okay, we'll glue those in. And then for this piece here, this is how I do it without having to measure. Okay, basically I'll hold this on here. Let me move some of this plasticine. Okay, I'll hold it up against the one edge. All right, and then I'll draw down the beam here. That'll give me the one kind of point, and then I'll hold it over here. And I'll try to line this point here. Can you see that? Maybe, yeah. Okay, I'll try to line this where it comes off the edge. I'll line that up with this point here on this corner, and basically this point here on this corner. Okay, so okay, and then that'll give me a diamond shape, and then I'll just draw sort of along this line here. Okay, you see that diamond will match inside there. Or it should. Yeah, it does. Okay, and then just cut that out with a, you know, pair of scissors. I use kids' Fiskars. Fiskars are good scissors, cheap. And I'm leaving a diamond or a point on the top, and then the two tips here, I'm just cutting off the tips a little bit. Try to cut them off even. And like I said, I'm probably going to put, you know, sort of rivety type effects on it. 1, 2, 1 there, 2, 1 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Probably about 14 rivets on this little guy. Like I said, I'll probably just use little balls of green stuff or something, or maybe a modeling putty. Probably because I don't want to mix up some green stuff. I've got it right here. But anyways, if you just take some modeling putty, you know, you can probably, you know, just take it right out of the tube, and just go tick, 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 tick. What else might work? You know what? I've seen one. This is off topic. Okay, so. Here, I'll pause, and this is